Good morning, students. We now begin with the first lesson of English for Standard 4 with the poem Wake Up. It is a poem by C. Fletcher, and in this poem, the poet is trying to appreciate the nature and trying to tell the children to wake up early and enjoy the nature around them. So, let us now recite the poem. Wake up, it's a lovely day. Oh, please get up and come and play. The birds are singing in the trees, and you can hear the buzzing bees. So, here the poet is trying to wake up all the children because it is a lovely and a pleasant day. He's trying to tell the children that, see, the birds are singing and the bees are buzzing around. So let them wake up and come out and play with them. Wake up, it's a lovely day. Oh, please get up and come and play. It's much too late to lie in bed, so hurry up, you sleepy head. So the poet is again telling all the lazy children who are still sleeping in the bed to wake up as soon as possible because the nature is calling them, the birds, the bees, and the pleasant environment and the lovely day is calling the children to come and play with them. Wash and dress and come on out. Everyone is up and about. The cow, the horses, the duck, and the sheep, and the tiniest chicken. Cheep, cheep, cheep. Wake up. The poet is telling the children to quickly wake up and wash and dress up and to come out to play because everyone is out of their houses and beds. Even the cow, horses, ducks, and the sheep, and the smallest, tiniest ones, the chicken, they are cheeping around everywhere. So the poet wants all the children, all the lazy heads to come out of their beds. So here are certain question answers and other exercises that we'll be solving. So you need to write them into your English notebooks very neatly and also keep learning. So your first question, what do you think birds say to each other in the morning? Your answer, the birds chirp and greet each other in the morning. Chirp means they make that sound and they greet each other. They call each other in the morning. So let's repeat. The birds chirp and greet each other in the morning. Question 2. Who are already awake? Answer, the sun, birds, and bees are already awake. Awake means who has already got up. So let's repeat. The sun, birds, and bees are already awake. Question 3. Which creatures wake up in the morning before the child does? Answer, various creatures like the cow, the horses, ducks, sheep, and even the tiniest of all creatures, the chicks, wake up before the child does. All these animals and creatures, they wake up before the child wakes up. So let's repeat. Various creatures like the cow, the horses, ducks, sheep, and even the tiniest of all creatures, the chicks, wake up before the child does. Connect the pairs of sentences below using and or but. Now a set of two sentences are given and we have to join them with and or but. So the pair of first sentences, It is time to get up for school. I want to sleep for some more time. So how do we join this sentence? It is time to get up for school, but I want to sleep for some more time. Sheila got some chocolates for her birthday. She got some new clothes too. So we join them with and. How? Sheila got some chocolates for her birthday and she got some new clothes too. The third pair of sentence. Everyone has gone to sleep. I want to read my book. So we join it. Everyone has gone to sleep, but I want to read my book. Fourth sentences. Raju plays cricket. He also plays hockey. So how do we join them? Raju plays cricket and also plays hockey. Another exercise. Fill in the blanks according to the examples given below. Here we have to use the degree of comparisons. So what are the degrees of comparison? We'll just go through. Degrees of comparisons are used to compare one person or thing with each other. When we are comparing between two things or two persons or any two items, when we compare, we have to use this degree of comparison. So there are 3 degrees of comparisons: positive, comparative and superlative. So what is the positive degree? Positive degree is used when we speak about only one person or thing. When we are talking only about a single person or a thing, we use the positive degree. Comparative degree is used when we compare two persons or things. Now sometimes when we compare one person to another person, we have to use this comparative degree because we are comparing between two. Superlative degree is used when we compare more than two persons or things. When we are comparing one person to more than another person, then we use the superlative degree. So here's one example. Meena is a good girl. So we are talking here about only Meena, only one girl. That what type of a girl she is. So we say Meena is a good girl. So this is a positive degree. There is no comparison. We are talking only single about Meena. Now we compare Meena to Geeta. So how do we use that comparison of comparative degree? Meena is better than Geeta. We are comparing Meena to another person, Geeta. So we say this is a comparative degree where we make change of good into better. The third superlative form, Meena is the best of all her friends. So now here we are comparing Meena with all her other friends who are more than 2. So we use the superlative degree. So here there are 3 forms: positive, comparative and superlative. So as you can see, the words given in the blue, we have to fill in the blank. So now for example, the first one is tiny. The spelling is T-I-N-Y. In the comparative, it becomes T-I-N-I-E-R. And in superlative, it becomes T-I-N-I-E-S-T. Tiny, tinier, tiniest. So whenever the positive degree, the word finishes with an Y, we add and we remove that Y and we add an IER in the comparative. And in the superlative, the same way we remove the Y and we add IEST. So mostly in the comparative, we add an er to the positive form, and we add an est to the positive form for the superlative. Now see big. Big is the positive form big. Then in the comparative it becomes bigger, and in the superlative form it is biggest. Biggest. The third one is sleep. So your comparative, we just add an er to the positive and it becomes sleeper, and we add an est and it becomes sleepest. Lovely, we remove the y and we add ier in the comparative, and we add an iest in the superlative. Late, we add only one r because it is already ending in an e, so it will become later, and in superlative it will become latest. Round will become rounder in comparative, and roundest in the superlative. Small becomes smaller in comparative, and smallest in the superlative. And good, it changes both in the comparative and the superlative. So for comparative we write better, and for superlative we write best. So children, I request you to write all these exercises in your notebooks, and keep in mind to please write it very neatly. And I hope you have understood. Thank you.